Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm MaryAnne and you're watching MaryAnne's Mystic Mentions, and welcome to your daily Sun Sign Love Connection reading. Well, let's see, today is November 27th. Happy post-Thanksgiving. Happy Black Friday for those who like to shop and get a lot of good deals. I hope you get amazing deals. And I hope you had a beautiful Thanksgiving that, created a lot of fond memories for years to come. That is something that is one of the most important things I love about gatherings and just holidays, is just creating more memories, right? And mine was amazing. It's never long enough. I did get leftovers, which I'm really excited about, so it's not completely done. And I'm just looking forward to the next holiday. So what can I tell you? Today we are on, like I said, it is November 27th. And I already have gone around the zodiac wheel twice for the beginning of the month of November and mid-month sun sign connection readings. So we're going to do something different for the last 4 days, and it's going to be me picking in front of you the featured sign of the day, which is random at this point. And excuse me, oh, here we go. Thank goodness. Can't see much without these. All right, so let's see what that'll be right off the bat. It's going to be Aquarius. Perfect. So perfect. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the featured and the highlighted will be to Aquarians, because there's so many of the population that are in relationships or connections or have great connections at work and all the variables I tell you when it comes to love. You can be a single person and be reading this and getting these messages, I should say, and hearing them. But it's two Aquarians together. And it happens a lot. And so then I'm going to read the three major categories for the two Aquarian connections. And then I'm going to do an individual card message like I do for every other zodiac sign in connection with Aquarius. Okay? So it keeps us a little busy, and that it does last a bit. You can always fast forward to your specific individual. If you're not an Aquarius and you're like, not so interested in that. Each day for the remainder of the month, it'll be kind of spontaneous, and you can see what I've written in the description. But then I'll finish with your beautiful oracle messages for Aquarius. And I said it's perfect for Aquarius right now because, well, we have a beautiful partial lunar eclipse happening Sunday, which is 2 days from now. So emotional things, are prevalent. But the main key words that I want to say, and I've mentioned for this particular eclipse, which by the way is like a moon on steroids, right? And it's a super moon to boot. So to be extremely bright in the sky, closer to the earth. And, moons do tend to create emotion, but this one is it's in Gemini. So it is a fellow air sign to Aquarius. So there's that trine and that harmonious feeling. Things are easier versus a little more challenging when it's in the same element. And that's going to happen from some time to come now as we approach 2021. And the predominant major planets, as Jupiter and Saturn being those, will be in Aquarius. So, for the 13 months, Jupiter there, and just, I don't know, so much to say. As we go along, I'll express more about that. But no matter what sign you are, you're going to feel these very powerful indications of communication with Gemini, even with Aquarius or Libra, but they're the air signs of the mind, right? They're about expansion and growth and thinking and strategizing and connecting. When it comes to Gemini, ruled by Mercury, this is all about, once again, their mind, analyzing and connecting in commerce and networking and just making things happen in several ways and they're mutable signs. So it's just a lot of that is coming through. And the best part is, when it's an air sign, it's really very important that the truth be spoken of, that we get through things that are no longer truthful or that have been hidden. And it's just expression and, openness and fairness, like I say, justice. Really important things, and let's face it, right now we know what's happening in the world, and there's a lot that needs to be spoken about, and there's a lot we need to clarify, and so it's absolutely perfect, right? I mean, I don't know, I don't think astrology ever lets us down. It's just a roadmap for us. We can take it and decide what we want to do or believe in that, but it's there nonetheless. And I think it's quite intriguing to realize just how topical it really is. And so yes, we have that beautiful Gemini eclipse, and it will last 6 months to a year in regards to how it does affect you and how it does open up channels. So let's say you're not an air sign, and that's not something that's commonly, a part of your personality or your trait. It's helping all the others, the Capricorns, which are the earth signs. I say Capricorn because all of the planets this year were predominantly in the earth Capricorn, as well as Jupiter. And like I said, that's ending in December and onward. But it wasn't just this year, it's been for many years. And the effects of the air sign now, and Aquarius and so forth, that's going to be for another 200. So this is a huge transformation for all of us, but one that will obviously help us to transform and grow and learn, and science comes into the mix, technology, medicine, all the things that are so important right now in our life and that have helped us so much during a very challenging year. Yes, to be able to have the ability to still communicate in some way through technology and YouTube and all this, it's helped me immensely. And I see myself just growing and wanting to evolve and learn, and I'm really excited about it. So yeah, that's what I thought was really cool about getting the featured of the two Aquarians. Now, Aquarius is, like I said, air. Aquarius is a fixed sign. And that really just means they have very set opinions and ideas, and they're not easily swayed from those, I mean, they can be flexible. They're very friendly and sociable and caring, and they want to get along, but when they're set on a certain pattern or pathway, they're pretty steadfast and determined to get there or choose their way of doing something versus someone else's. And it's not like it's a bad thing. They're really good at what they do. They love helping everybody. And I love the fact that they are known as a humanitarian sign, a water barrier, if you will, wanting to share that knowledge, which is the metaphoric aspect of the water, and assure that everybody, globally receives equal distribution and nourishment and all the things that are so important in life that I think are really becoming way more spoken about, predominant in the conversations, and will continue to be. So yeah, loving, good, fair, friendly, adventurous, future thinking Aquarius, right? The two of you, together it's just perfect, because a lot of times I believe the same sun signs attract to each other because they are common and they have a lot in common, and it's just a little easier, right? There's not so much to deal with. But with all the other planets in your chart, you could still have a lot of things to work through, and it doesn't make you exactly alike. It just, there's a part of you that you both are just like, yeah, I'm with you. I truly get you, like literally get you, from the deepest part of my soul. So that's really cool. And it can be very, very, very elevated this coming year and in the months ahead for the two of you. So I see beautiful ideas and inventions and motivating things that are just going to be new to everybody. And you might be the pioneer of starting that, because that would be amazing for you. Now, you are ruled by Uranus, so Uranus is all about change and unexpected surprises that come out of nowhere. Sometimes they rock your world, right? We all have that happen at some point. I like the think and the feeling I'm getting of how these changes are going to be so beneficial and so helpful. It's just going to be an easier time in the years to come after so long of this stuck energy. And I say stuck because Earth elements are amazing and they're grounded and they have so many beautiful attributes, but they're not about change so much. They're really pretty much, they stay in the same kind of position, not willing to budge per se, and they're very much attributed to the authoritative type of situations in our life, and the institutions and the things and the governments and things that have, that have caused some real eyebrows to raise, to say the least. So change is coming, but it's good. So please don't take that as anything but a beautiful thing, because change is inevitable. And I know sometimes when people say change, what change, especially earth signs are like, what do you mean? I don't really like change. it doesn't mean that even with Uranus in the mix as the ruling planet of Aquarius and what's going to be predominant this year, it's not always just so fast. You probably have a good idea. You have some foresight about it. And even if you don't, it might be one of the best unexpected surprises that comes out of nowhere, an epiphany, a thought, an idea, a new business, you know, a new relationship. And you kind of like those to happen quickly, don't you? That's not a problem. So I'm thinking of it as an optimistic thing. I tend to lean that way in this channel anyway. So the two of you have a lot of opportunities that are coming. When you have Jupiter in your sign, Aquarius, it's a very benevolent time, and a year that you wait, you only get it like 8 times in a lifetime. If you live to 96, it's every 12 years. You got this coming, boy. Doesn't matter what age you are. Something amazing is going to change, and it's going to expand and grow, and their opportunities and luck will be more than you remembered in some time, well, at least the last 12 years. So that is beautiful. I love it, and it's very, very complementary once again with this beautiful eclipse energy coming in, which brings in things wonderfully, and it takes things out as well, so you can leave room for the best things. So let's talk and read your messages and see what's coming up. They've been beautiful. I'm extremely happy with them. Don't be surprised, these two wanted to come out, if a lot has to do with air, but you know, we'll see. So I'll explain what I'm doing. Okay, beautiful. And yep. Oh, yes. Oh my goodness. Okay, Aquarians, it's on. So I can talk a blue streak, but the cards really are there to show you the energies available to you, should you choose to utilize them, right? Always free will. Your first card I always like to call the overall energy that brought you to this reading, to this moment, to the, you know, the catalyst of what's going on. You have the Hangman. No surprise. As much as I'm speaking to you of progression and change and transformation, remember all the retrograde that was happening in Mars, which is about our energy and our vitality and, you know, movement, and Aries, especially being in Aries, which is like really the fire sign that just doesn't want to stop and doesn't want to wait, and impulsive and just let's get things going. And that was in retrograde, right? Well, it went direct. It was a good week ago now, I think. I'm pretty sure it was a week ago, but it's going to take some time through December to build that back up. So to rush right now at this moment is still probably not the most opportune time, because what this eclipse will bring a new insight into whatever it is that needs to change, as will the solar eclipse on the 14th of December in Sagittarius, another very beautiful harmonizing energy for you, Aquarius. So, and there are going to be a series of Gemini, Sagittarius, you know, eclipses for the remainder of 2021. So, you know, they change every 13 months or so, maybe 18. I'm not 100% sure on that. And we went from Cancer, Capricorn to now Gemini and Sagittarius. So once again, very, very, it's a good feeling. It works with you. You know, there's less opposing energy. And right now the Hangman is just that beautiful message to you of recognizing that you and you alone and your intuitions and your, you know, sensitivity with each other in this highlighted connection feels pretty confident about trusting what's coming up, what you need to do, and the timing to do it. And you don't feel rushed. My goodness, this year has put a kibosh on a lot of things, and our timing was, well, it changed completely, right? It was called the reset year for a reason. And the reality is that this particular sign is a Piscean ruled card. And Pisces happens to be in, Neptune is in Pisces, I should say, the planet Neptune. The foggy kind of fantasy, hidden truths, hidden understanding, you know, kind of masking things, not seeing things really as clearly as you might otherwise. It's been in retrograde in Pisces, and it's stationing forward tomorrow. So it'll still be a little muddled around the day before and after, as it usually is when a planet stations forward or retrograde. But there's another emphasis on clarity. And another perspective is what this card really represents. And you notice this beautiful expression of peace and tranquility in this man that's hanging, by his boots, if you will. But yeah, it's okay. It's just, I like this beautiful spiritual awakening, even maybe rite of passage comes to mind. Oh my gosh, Pisceans are one of the most spiritual signs in the zodiac. So that's emphasizing how you're feeling. I think you're more in tune internally lately. And especially with, I believe, a lot of the planets in Capricorn have been in your 12th house, Aquarius. So that's all about our mind and our subconscious and our, the hidden parts of us, the things that aren't revealed to everybody. And that's been the whole year. So now that when that beautiful Jupiter and the sun becomes in your sign for sun season in January, it's all going to be making sense. It's all going to come to the forefront. It's all going to be about you and moving forward. There won't be this cloudy, obscure kind of unknowing, confusion that can come from this. It's a beautiful place to be right now. The sun is shining in most of California. The weather's there to go out and enjoy and smell the fresh air and, just take it in and enjoy your relationship, your connections, yourself. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Now, the second category is the possible blessings or obstacles. I said you don't be surprised if you get a fair amount of air in your connections or, in the readings coming forth. But this is the 8 of Swords. So yes, it is the air, it is you, it is your mind, and it is self-induced constriction. We all can do this to ourselves. Limiting thoughts, thoughts of, just less than, not really recognize the freedom that we have, if not only in our mind, which is representative of this first card again, the Piscean in the 12th house, which has been very, very, very prominent for you, Aquarius. It's really about knowing you have everything you could anything you need to change as far as your thoughts go is as easy as a snap of the finger. Now, fear can be a part of all this, anxiety, all of the things that happen in our minds when we start to think things and concern ourselves and worry about stuff we have no real answers to. We just make it go around in our mind, and it just gets worse, and it affects our body, and it affects, anxiety, like I said, and people have serious, panic things happening. It's about knowing that and knowing you can change it in a heartbeat. Let it go. That would be the obstacle, is if you're holding on to things that we're not sure of still that are going to happen. The truth is going to be revealed. That's the whole point about, like I said, this beautiful energy and straightforward air element of the eclipse, but of what's happening when we, starting next month actually, in Aquarius. Please let yourself be free, from the mind, body, spirit, holistically, is a reminder to you. Okay, so yes, we all have a tendency to do that, but you're strong and you're capable, and you'll be a lot healthier. You'll feel better if you just, as soon as those thoughts start to come in, take them away. You've got that control. Okay, self-inflicted concerns and worries is what that's about, and they can leave as quickly as they came. It's a very temporary type of energy, which I love when it's the air. Then we have the last category, which is phenomenal. It is the category of finances, or the fundamental physical things that we can see, touch, smell in your life right now, as a connection, as a individual, as an independent, as you're both very independent within your relationships or otherwise, which I love about you as well. You have the 9 of Cups. Wish is fulfilled, boy. I mean, this is it. It's your time, and if you're not sensing that already, oh, you will be. So you deserve it. As I said, Jupiter only gets in your sign every 12 months. I mean, for the whole year. It may, pass through it, periodically, you know, for a few days or a month or something. But no, not like this. This is everything coming to pass, finally seeing the physical, tangible, you know, evidence of prosperity, of financial gain, of emotional, loving, beautiful, working together, camaraderie, you know, in a relationship, and building together, you know, and feeling good in this beautiful time. I guess you had maybe a wonderful Thanksgiving, I hope, and the holidays ahead. It goes on, but as far as financial, you're good, you're set. And like I said, you absolutely deserve it. So I know a lot of you probably were thinking, I don't know. And I know a lot of us don't know, right? But still believing somewhere in you that things were going to be okay and to continue to be so. And that's what this is showing. So that's beautiful, beautiful messages for my beautiful AQUARIUS connections. And so let's read about all your other beautiful connections and their messages, because let's face it, you know you love a lot of people. You got all sorts of people from all walks of life. And they are there for you because they love you too. And so let's see what it has to say. We will go, you know, right next to you first. So Capricorn and Aquarius, I love it. And speaking of, you know, Jupiter, once again, we had Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto in the sign of Capricorn this whole year, and that's changing next month. But you know what? You probably had something really special happening. If it wasn't on a romantic level, it was about something that was going to provide real security and success as a partnership in business and family, working on a new, you know, podcast perhaps, some way you can express and meet and reach way more people through the internet. And then, like I said, what may be coming down the pike for this new year with new inventions and new ways to yet communicate more is really something that's coming very strongly for me with this two of you. Capricorn is an earth sign. There's that steady, grounded, you know, you love it, they're reliable. That's super important to you. When you have anybody working in your team, Aquarius, that's a must, okay? And you know that, and that's, you would want to do the same for anybody and give them your all, and that's what you like to be around, and that's what you're going to get with Capricorn. They represent the goat, you know, and there's no mountain too high for them, and they always achieve to be the best. They'll probably be your best co-worker or partner, you know, that you could get. Because you want to know you can rely on them, and you most certainly can with them, and they are ruled by Saturn. So, you know, that's going into your sign on the 17th, Aquarius. So, yeah, the taskmaster. But because in order to keep us somewhat restricted in some ways, in order to move forward, in order to be, you know, sensible and to not go crazy or overspend or do things that we might do otherwise. You know, with that Uranus energy with you, Aquarius, you know, there are times that you probably overindulge and just kind of are impulsive and spontaneous with that kind of energy. And it's understandable, but I think that with this amazing combination of Jupiter and Saturn that'll be conjuncting together, it's going to be restrictive, but focused in amazing expansion on the way you want things to go. As long as you're working at it and you're making that effort, you will be amazed at what comes through for you. It's going to be phenomenal. Your messages, or message for the two of you, is perfect. Here we go. The King of Swords. So whatever's happening with the two of you in connection with this Aquarius Capricorn is very mature. It's very, very open-minded and open communication-wise, which, you know, a lot of Capricorns can be very outgoing, but a lot are very reserved. So there's this balance that's happening now. There's something having to do with money, because swords represent communication, institutions, you know, higher learning and you know, positions like doctors and lawyers and, you know, bankers and all those kinds of things come into the play of swords. So you might be getting really good information for the two of you to move forward on some project, or just something maybe together you want to do on a romantic, like maybe information on how you can expand your, like I said, business and just a better way to reach people, community. It's big, it's mature, it's the king, and it's straightforward, boy. This is real. This is that masculine energy of let's get it done. And let's get it done right. And let's not have to backtrack, right? That's what's coming through. It's gorgeous. So there's one. We can count. We'll see how many air messages come up for you, because you're very much in your energy right now. And that's only going to grow, Aquarius. So then we have the beautiful Aquarius and Sagittarius. I've always said I love this connection for air and fire. It works extremely well together, and you're no exception. And Sagittarius is one of the most optimistic, beautiful fire signs, ruled by Jupiter. This is their whole life, right? They know the people to be in touch with. They have that sixth sense, you know. They know where to go and how to study and what to study, and they put their arrow and they focus it on a dream and a star and a desire, and they follow it, and it happens. Half man and half horse, so they have great ambition, strength, you know, drive, energy to boot, literally, and they have to really make sure they exercise to get that extra energy out. It's really important for Sagittarius, as they love adventure, they love travel, and so do you. So this is a gorgeous, beautiful, immutable sign, very adaptable, and I love it. I love it for you. What information can I say? Oh, okay, we have the Five of Cups. Well, this is going to come up, and it has come up a lot. So something happened communication-wise or emotionally where you had a loss, and it could be something that you both held really dear, someone you knew, or something got lost in translation and it was emotionally distraught, you know, made you feel really sad. You just heard the information. It could have had to do with the gatherings, and I understand, I do, I really do. That's what happens in the holidays. There's the beauty of getting together, and then there's the sadness of not being with some people we love. So that's kind of ruminating right now, and I'm feeling that, because you both are really happy and wonderful together, but you're not giving up. You know, behind you are those two cups. There's always that beautiful, positive outlook on starting again, starting anew, and my gosh, you're going to have that energy so positively guiding you. You know, that I feel really good about this, but it's just about knowing it's okay to cry and be emotional, and this was the time, you know. You're going to get through it. It won't last, but let it happen, you know. Never stop yourself when what really needs to happen, you know, and be vulnerable and be all these things. And maybe the two of you are just deciding, I really just want to spend time with you right now. I don't really want to be with a bunch of people anyway. I just want to enjoy and love and feel that with the two of you. So I like that too. And then we have the Sagittarius and Aquarius. This is a gorgeous combination. It's water and air, but you know, Scorpio is a water sign, and very, very intense and deep and feeling. I mean, they are very straightforward because they deal with their emotions, right? Now you've got the air dealing with the mind and a little detached from their emotions, trying to stay clear of their emotions so they can have a straight decision that they don't get affected by their feelings, right? Just the opposite with Scorpio, though. Everything is about their feeling. They know and they trust in what they're feeling to be their truth. Like an intuition, which they're very strongly gifted with. Having that insight and psychic ability to understand the human psyche. So it's really kind of cool, because for all the water signs, this is the one that does get the mind and does think quite a bit, in addition to the way they feel. And they feel very much. They're mysterious and they're kind of secretive at times, and they're all about transformation because they're ruled by their ruling planet is Pluto. So there's been a lot of that happening for them this year. Going deep, man, really understanding what they really want for themselves and others and the people they're around and the people they love and your connection. So fixed sign, so set in their ways like you. You both get each other that way. You might be fixed on the same exact thing, and that makes a beautiful thing, right? And you have the beautiful High Priestess. So I said yesterday, this is the female version of the Magician. It's way more watery. It represents the receptive side of all of us, the feminine quality of the water, the nurturing, you know, just the knowing that happens with water. And we all have water in us. So, you know, this is really feeling really beautiful, and there's a beautiful psychic connection between the two of you. Even if you're not with each other, there's something where you're really feeling each other, and I think it's a beautiful thing. It could be something that's kind of new. You have that somewhat new moon behind. We had the new moon in Scorpio not long ago in November, as well as the fact that Venus is in Scorpio right now. So there's some beautiful, passionate kind of energy happening here. And you're just letting it happen. You're just like, yeah. And believe it or not, you can feel that way from a distance, of course. So this might be somebody from a distance, but you're still feeling that connection. It's unmistakable. And it's beautiful, and I love that. And so, yeah, let me know. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do me the favor of doing that and liking, pushing that button. It takes a moment. It's no cost to you, and it's no obligation. It's just something that really helps me and supports me. And I love all of you that have done that and appreciate you very, very much for that. I will never go without mentioning that, because without you, we don't have this channel. So yes, do me that favor if you would, and help me build and grow and reach my wonderful different marks of subscribers and so forth. Then we have Aquarius and Libra, which I love because it's both air elements. Once again, there's that natural, harmonious, easy kind of energy. They call it a trine. So all air signs are going to benefit from this wonderful change from Earth to air this next year and many years to come in the planets. So I like that already. I feel a beautiful, loving, harmonizing kind of understanding between the two of you. Libra is about the scales, about balance, fairness, you know, caring. Relationships mean so much to Libra. They live for that. They care about what they think, what others think, and how they express that to them. They want to know your point of view. And, you know, they're willing to see your side of it. You know, that's important to them. You love that. I mean, who doesn't love that? Very gracious and diplomatic and very caring and ruled by Venus. So, you know, they love having a good time and sharing that good time. They love art and creativity and all the things you love, Aquarius. They're a cardinal sign. They're doers and they're initiators, and they like keeping busy and active and social. And you two got the Magician. So we went from the female, you know, symbolism of the Magician to the actual Magician. And this is the masculine, which is interesting because both the Aquarian and the Libra are known as masculine signs. And yet the Venetian energy that has ruled Libra is incredibly feminine. So there's that balance, right, in the scales. And you both are really, really set in your ideas about changing and transforming, like you have with this energy of Gemini, your third fellow air, right, with this eclipse. You know you have what it takes, and you are not going to sit back and just let things happen. You're going to control your intentions, your dreams, your manifestations, your law of attraction. This is heavy, beautiful. You have all the tools you need. And I'm excited to see what happens for you. I'm a Libra. I too am very excited to see what happens. You know, and I know it won't happen all at once, but boy, we've got time to really start making things happen. And then you have Virgo and Aquarius, which I love. Now, on a romantic, you know, point of view, I have seen many couples that are Aquarius and Virgo, and they're so different. And that's exactly why it works. And they both can bring to the table incredible energies that help to kind of balance and complement each other. And the air, you know, once again is the mind, but guess what? So is Virgo for being an earth sign. They're stable, they're grounded, they're, you know, practical, they're reserved, you know, not necessarily as outspoken in a lot of ways, but trust me, they work through their mind. They're very intelligent, the Virgos. They will study and learn continuously. I mean, they're going to be perpetual students, which I think a lot of air signs are too. We just can't learn enough. There's just more and more to learn, and we're always going to want that, you know, feed us. And that's what's happening with Virgo. So there's a beautiful connection there. And Virgos are a mutable sign, so they're very adaptable as far as earth signs go. They're a little more adaptable and willing to change than other earth, but not like if they don't have to, but they will. They can do it. They are very, very hard workers. And, you know, they're very practical and organized and planners. You know, one of those people that you just, can you handle this for me, man? That I would love that. I've got so much going on this end and this, and they're going to do it for you. Probably ahead of the time before you even have to ask them. If you know each other, you know that that's going to be what's going on, which is why you also love being around that. That is a great feeling. That's that anchor I always talk about with earth signs. Very awesome and genuine, you know, very genuine. They love nature, so do you. Yeah, it's gorgeous. What is your message? Wow, justice. Major Arcana. Justice is prevailing, you know, it's definitely, I would say globally, but it's between the two of you. Whatever the situation, maybe a court case or whatever, yes is the answer. Justice will be served, and once again, this is representative of the air sign Libra. All about justice, you know, usually in a lot of times in regards to careers with law and judges and anything that has to do with, you know, being fair to all and, you know, equilibrium, you know, compromise, all the things that justice provides, and it's gorgeous. I don't think any relationship should be anything but justice and equal, you know. I mean, I know they say that's hard to believe, but it can be that way. You can walk side by side and agree on your differences and the diversity within the relationship and just strive to make it as fair as you can, you know, and to hear each other. That's gorgeous. You know what? I don't think that's come up for the last few readings in the connections. That says a lot to me. I said there should be a fair amount of air energies coming out. Then you have Leo. You love Leo, Aquarius. That's your polar opposite. And once again, the polar opposites are some of the best combinations that I've seen and I continue to hear about. Air and fire, boy. Very, very wonderful together. Very, the synergy there is unmistakable. Well, you have Leo, who's a fire sign, and we're in Sagittarius season, which is a fire sign, and we had Mars, and still is, by the way, in Aries. So there's a lot of fire and a lot of energy and motivation to make things happen and grow, and that's super attractive to you, Aquarius, because you love that as well. And they just kind of put that fire into your, you know what, you know? And the communication can be amazing. You know, Leos have a lot to say and they want to speak out proudly and direct and lead and be in charge. And I don't know how much you like that, but you're willing to let that happen to a point. You know, you both can find your place there because you're very an independent sign, Aquarius, but it just works. And Leos love passionately. They're very, very devoted and caring and loyal. And they decide that you're the one or you're the partner, that's it. And you're going to love it. There's a lot of really good times. Ruled by the sun, I mean, that's the energy and the motivation that we all need, right? That's the sun sign, right? That is the day you're born, your personality, your ego, your drives, your enthusiasm, feeling good, looking good, optimistic, all those gorgeous things. And you have the Ace of Wands. It's everything I said and more, because this is very sexually, has a connotation for a lot of you out there. There's a lot of passion happening, and I don't know all the particulars. It's okay. You get where I'm going. But if it's not that, it is such incredible passion towards an idea and motivating yourselves to make that happen and make sure that you get through it and you push through no matter what. Nothing will stop you. Especially with this beautiful new solar moon on December 14th, that is when you can burst through and just push through anything. And with Mars having been out of retrograde for, I believe it goes out of the shadow period, I want to say the 14th or 15th. This is perfect. Keep it moving, keep talking, have that communication open. You can do unbelievable things, and just, I don't know, there's no end. It's unlimited to what you can make happen on any level, but there's fire and passion behind you like nothing else. So I'm excited for you. Ace, beginnings, transformation. Fantastic. Then we have Cancer and Aquarius, your message. You know, Cancer is a very sensitive water sign as well. Very sentimental and very caring and nurturing. And, you know, they're homebodies a lot of times. You know, this year I've said or had heard, as far as the personalities go and the signs, not for all of you, it's general. For the most part, the water signs kind of dug being at home, and particularly Cancers, they're homebody, they love it. And that's not to say they aren't social or they don't get out and they don't work like as hard as anybody else, sometimes harder. But they really like being at home and catering to their families and those that they love. And they really have a possessive kind of, it means everything to them. You know, those pinchers, they're crab pinchers. They're like, oh, not letting go of this. This means this is my heart. I feel it. I love it. And that's how they feel towards their friends and everyone else. So beautiful. And they can be a little moody. I mean, they're dealing with the moon and the phases, and they feel it all the time. It's just a constant. They're certainly feeling this, you know, full moon eclipse coming up. But I like it for you too, because whereas once again, Aquarius is outgoing and maybe more social, they're an air sign that knows about how to communicate. They do extremely well. That's one of their fortes, you know. Not all Cancers have that gift, and you can really share that and bring that out of them, you know. So I like it a lot. There's a lot of beautiful, promising endeavors that you could have together, and you could really just have a lot of fun in general. It doesn't have to be anything heavy duty, just loving each other. The lovers. Perfect selection, right? Yes, it has to do with romance, but it's more than that. It's selecting, or the selection has been made. You are definitely feeling good about this connection, this relationship, where you're going, where it's been, as opposed to where you want it to go. It's just, it's feeling right. The two of you making a great selection and choice in, you know, a work decision, you know, some kind of a beautiful, creative, entrepreneurial thing comes to mind. So powerful, powerful stuff here. Major Arcana kind of speaks for itself. Absolutely, what's so funny is it's also Gemini. I mean, this is so amazing. This represents the sign of Gemini, and like I said, that is the sign that the lunar eclipse is in. So, it's all just sort of really congruent. It's beautiful, and it makes a lot of sense. Now you have, once again, Gemini. That's your beautiful, beautiful compadre. You're both air signs. Lunar eclipse in Gemini, communication. I mean, Gemini absolutely loves the whole idea of talking and sharing that knowledge and teaching and professing and educating and, you know, connecting, commerce, ruled by Mercury, just here, there, and everywhere. All different ways to do this, all different ideas, constantly learning, energetic, movement, fun, fair, you know. It's going to be such a fun relationship. I love Geminis. I really do. And the two of you, you hit it off so well together. You think very similarly. And it's really, it's proactive right now for you two. It can go very far in positive ways. And you have judgment. Ooh, it's like it's made. That judgment has been made. And you have thought about this from the inside out with the 12th house aspect of Aquarius. And it's like from inside, it's spiritual, it's destined, it's fate. It's messages and information with that horn, you know, you're getting them maybe through your dreams, downloads or something, in addition to just like your regular everyday conversations. This is super powerful with that absolute connection and information with this eclipse. Something really big is going to happen. It's going to change your world. It will be so beautiful. And I absolutely love that. So I'm getting really kind of emotional about that. A lot of major arcanas are coming up for you Aquarians. It doesn't surprise me, but that's fantastic. This is something maybe from other lifetimes being brought back and just like maybe finishing a cycle, or certainly just going forward and connecting in a way that you never have. Something really powerful between the two of you. It's gorgeous. And then you have Taurus and Aquarius. This is pretty cool. Now, this is a very different energy. Like I said, there's the earth and the air, and you're both fixed signs. But you know, Taurus is known as the money sign. Taurus is ruled by Venus, so Venus is money. it's love, it's beauty, it's art, it's the senses, it's, you know, the depth of the loving that earth signs have is pretty unmistakable. I mean, they're deep about it. They are permanent. They're in it for the long haul, boy. Whether it's a friend or whatever, this is gorgeous, strong, steadfast energy. And I'd like to see what your message has to say, because I feel good about all of your readings right now, and all of them have something to say in the sense that they can help you and maybe inspire you, or, you know, maybe even tip you off for something to be aware of or concerned about. But it's the Two of Pentacles. So I see balance in this relationship. Pentacles represent earth, and coins represent the stability in our lives, the finances, right? And this is what, my goodness, so many Tauruses are so good with money management and planning. So if that's not your strong suit, this is a beautiful connection to help you with that. There's the rainbow behind this person. Everything is going to be so much better. You know, just making sure you're just keeping the balance as best you can in all aspects of your life, because everything we do is connected to the other. If you're not feeling good, if you're feeling unhappy, or you're not feeling well physically, it would affect your finances. It affects everyone around you. It affects your sustenance and, you know, your daily interactions. But no, you've got this covered. You have this ability to make that happen. You're not good. This year has taught us so much. It taught us to be a little bit more conservative, I say, which is what comes with the Taurus energy. And thankful for that, right? Because if you don't have that and you haven't learned that, then it just comes back around and around until you do. But it's interesting because actually the moon went into Taurus today. And ironically, but not really, you know, Taurus has been, Uranus, your ruling planet, Aquarius, is in Taurus for some time. So that's about money. It'll come in a lot of ways, and then it might be lean other times, which is also a part of life. But being prepared for that, you will never have to feel without or less, or the scarcity feeling that tends to come, because you're balancing and you're being sensible and you're making the right choices. That is gorgeous. And it feels secure. You like that feeling. We all like that feeling. And then Aries and Aquarius, I love it. Aries and Aquarius I see this relationship happening all the time. They just feed off each other. There's the fire and the air again. And then there's that beautiful, fiery, spirited, you know, forward-moving cardinal sign, matched with the fact that Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and ruled by Mars. So there's the aggression and the desire and the ram, right? The pushing forward no matter what. Just, this is what we're going to do. You know, no hesitation. Sometimes maybe you need that. You can converse about that. Maybe you can, you know, work together on that sort of thing. But you know what? If things don't go right away, which obviously happens, that does not deter an Aries. That's for darn sure. They go in another direction, and they don't take much time to do so. They're up and back again. They're ready to, the phoenix rising from the ashes, right? And like I said, they're still getting that momentum, so it's only just beginning. So whatever's coming forth, the two of you could be phenomenal and really, really happy and stuff. So that's really good. What does your message say? Ooh, you've got the Seven of Swords. Okay. You're done with communication that hasn't been feeling good and working. You know, it's like you've got this ridiculous chatter around you. The two of you are very aware of this. It could have been from the family meeting yesterday. You know, it happens. A little gossip here, a little dig in the back. Oh, yeah, so-and-so see what? Yeah, you don't care anything about that. It is an air sign. It is about your thoughts and words and how things can be misconstrued or said truly just to hurt somebody. You're not having it. You're letting all of that down now. This is time to shed. That's what the new eclipses will do. And that's exactly what's happening. You're choosing your battles. You're making sure that you're not involving yourself in the petty aspects of life. And you're for sure going to find out truth that's coming through for a lot of the unexplained circumstances in the world. All of that's going to be made clear. So yeah, just, you know, making sure you're watching your surroundings. You've got that ability. You're very keen and sharp and smart. And the two of you can build great things together. So I like that. Yeah, just letting that be a thing of the past. Shrug it off your shoulder. No worries. I don't see it all being between the two of you, by the way. And then last but not least, Pisces and Aquarius, which I love. You know, you really, really love each other. And Pisces is always going to be there to help you. And they're going to give you some insight with that beautiful, watery, perceptive, and intuitive gift that's just part of who Pisces are, very spiritual in nature. Giving, caring, sensitive. They're going to listen to you. They give you the shirt off their back or the fin that they may lose in the water. I'm just kidding. They want to go with the flow, but they're very creative and sensitive creatures, you know, and people. So allow that, all right? And have good cries together if necessary, and amazing laughter too, because that's what it's about. They don't like confrontation, nor do you. They'd rather just, like I said, make things work and believe with everything they are that if they can start that, if they can be the change they want to see, they're going to do that. So yeah, just being there for each other really is the main message I can say. And what is the reading message? It's about remembering what you're thinking. If you're feeling left out, if you've been feeling oversensitive, knowing that it's just in the mind and right there above you at all times, in your friendship, in your ability to change your thoughts, like I said, it's always there for you. And just let that be a passing quick thought, because I will tell you, Pisceans have been known with our shadow side. We all have a shadow side. I'm a Pisces rising. To kind of go with that victim escapism. They are ruled by Neptune. That's the hidden, underground, mysterious, illusionary aspect that's very prominent in a Piscean, you know, making them very creative. Like I said, like the chameleon, they call them. They can be very changeable and adaptable to all situations when they need to be. But sometimes they feel like maybe they are not being understood. Maybe they are being misrepresented. And I don't think that's you. I just think you, Aquarius, are going to be there to let them know just how much you love them. And that's going to help them a lot, because we all have times like that. You know, it is what it is. So just be there, sharing that love, and keeping the positivity there is a beautiful thing for the two of you. So those are the messages. Wow, we're back at Aquarius. So I'm going to read your special oracle messages for today. Once again, the 27th of November, 2020. And I did add the manifesto. Where'd it go? The motivational manifesto cards, because of that. There's that thought you can carry with you, you know, for the rest of today and maybe tomorrow, and say it in your mind, think about it, let it really marinate and resonate with you, because they're beautiful. And that is by Brendan Burchard. I am using the Gilded Tarot right now. I will be changing my decks in December, of course. So let me start with this, like I said, for all the beautiful Aquarius combinations and all of your beautiful connections, Aquarius. You are a beautiful soul, and I love you for that. And I love what you do for others, and I love how you feel such motivation to do and make changes, you know, that are going to last lifetimes. So what is your special manifestation, motivation, manifesto message? All greatness teeters on whether a would-be hero overcomes the terror within and advances regardless. I'm going to read it again. All greatness teeters on whether a would-be hero overcomes the terror within and advances regardless. That is so fabulous. Because we all can tend to have that. Like, we want to do great things, and I know that about you, Aquarius. And yet, even if it's never mentioned to anybody within yourself, it's like, can I do this? And I mean, like I said, with the 12th house of really undoing of the mind and subconscious that have come through and really unraveling things this whole year, you're just like, wow, I want this, but am I? Yes and yes. Get pushed through that and just know that you are far more stronger and capable than that thought. That's a beautiful message for you. And then this beautiful psychic tarot for the heart has really been wonderful. Excuse me, wonderful choice. This is by John Holland. So once again, a special message just for all the Aquarians. And just of upliftment and, you know, wisdom, insight, kind of perking your interest and reminding you of what you are capable of. Simple love. Don't you love that? Look at that beautiful sun behind. And a book with a heart. So simple love. Number 6, which is, you know, balance in all things. The 6th house represents, you know, just that. Our work lives, our relationships, our family, our health, our, you know, sustenance, all of those things. And it seems as though it's coming into balance. And, you know, the holidays have really made you feel extremely happy to be around those you love and so forth. And the word is love. It's so perfect. Key words: relate, choose, harmonize, romance, creativity, and reconciliation. And guess what? I pulled this yesterday. So love is in the air, boy. Love is very strong and so important for all of us. Take some time to re-examine your relationship with others as well as yourself. Are you coming from a place of love? It's important to empathize, remain non-judgmental, and love people for who they are. The same applies to your relationship with yourself. Like I said, these are readings for everyone, including just you, a single person in the world who interacts with everybody at some point in time, right? I mean, to the store, bank, you know, work, family, what have you. But absolutely recognizing the love for yourself. There's an opportunity now to bring your being into a harmonious whole. Forgive your faults and rejoice in your perfect uniqueness. It's your year coming up, Aquarius. It may also be time to examine the choices you make regarding matters of the heart. Are you choosing to have people in your life who support and empower you? Surround yourself only with those who encourage and only with those who encourage and sustain, not disdain you. And who push and guide you to be all that you can truly be. This will help you value yourself and raise your vibration to that of unconditional love. And that's exactly what we all need to do and want to do and are doing. Many, many of us. And it's being felt. Affirmation: I honor myself as well as others by action from a place of love. Or by acting from a place of love. Depending on how the glare in your glasses are working. I love that for you, though. It's simple and beautiful, and love, like I said, is the powerful tool that glues us together. You know, we are all connected. And last but not least, your super attractor manifestation message. Once again, this simple, you know, affirmation, you know, way that you can feel this life you want into reality. Ultimate law of attraction is emotion and feeling something. It's absolutely a beautiful, beautiful truth. My greatest spiritual shifts don't come through force. They come through freedom. Isn't that neat? Just letting go and just saying, I trust in the process, right? I'm allowing and surrendering, and it will all work out exactly the way it needs to. So that's a beautiful way to end your reading. And once again, I love every one of you for tuning in, taking the time. I hope you're kicking back and just taking in and enjoying and recognizing this wonderful lunar eclipse is going to be a beautiful one with many, many possibilities and opportunities for you. So in leaving, yes, take extremely good care of yourself. You still want to be careful and just, you know, observe whatever feelings and, you know, needs you may need. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye for now.